Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel, back in the Carpet Vanguard as in the Vanity weekly review, so hope you guys enjoyed on Telecom Scrap and story. This time we're covering more reveals from the festival collection, and basically me hoping that Bushy doesn't break my kneecaps, but because this week I'm going to be away from my computer, meaning I'm not able to record more matches, which is also why I'm recording this on my iPad right now. So let's go and start showing and see what we got, and Bushy, please do not release more main grade 3s than I haven't already prepared for, because I cannot do anything with them this week. First up, we have Meg Colony Battler Plus Type C. I straight up tell you, I had to, mentally look at this for 5 minutes, on a paused Discord, to make sure that I was reading this name right, because something seemed off, and the plus in .c was the problem. Anyways, grade 275k shield, 10k base, contains you may have to 16 copies of Meg Colony Battler Plus Type C in your deck. Auto placed on rear from your hand, leave the top card of your deck, you may put it to bottom, or you may put it to drop zone. Then you can soul boss one shield to one card of the same card name as this unit from your drop zone, call it to rear guard circle, and then change rear guard during your turn. For every 4 copies of Meg Colony Battler Plus in your drop zone on your rear guard circle, it gets plus 5,000 power. So cool, it's a possibility to hit that free plus 20k overall, which is nice, but I see why Bushy did this, and my response to this is now Bushy has no excuse. They are physically capable of making a Mega Colony Battler archetype. I don't know why they're not doing it, but clearly, as evidenced by this card, they are more than capable of doing so. So Bushy, if you don't mind, make it a thing. If you ever bring back V support, please make the next festival collection, or not next festival collection, whatever the special series sets were, make one of them a Mega Colony Battler deck support card. I would love to see it. I don't know why I want to, I just want to. Either way, it's an interesting card nonetheless, and obviously you want to run the full 16 for the free 20. I cannot wait to see a deck attempt to turbo this out. I know my friend's going to be one of those people, and I don't know why I'm acting like I'm surprised. Anyways, next we move on to Cheeks Dyed in Color Frozelia, grade 3, 200%, 13k base. This new grade 3, which made me do a lot of thinking about life. 4 skills actually contains Vanguard. You cannot call unit cards with continuous act or auto abilities. You cannot call to guard circle either. So pretty much the second she hits Vanguard, anything with a skill is automatically a no-no. And then continues Vanguard. All your units on guard circle get 5,000 shield. And then if you played an order this turn, whether it was blitz, normal, or set order, all your front row gets plus 5,000 power, which is good both offensively and defensively, because regardless, everything that you call to guard circle will always have a free plus 5. But the more important thing to note is even if you play a blitz order, because it procs from any order, your Vanguard will be an 18k base that turn. Just saying. It made every blitz order an inherent plus 5 to whatever they already do. And, the plus 5 essentially, kind of good, kind of not. But again, free plus 5 during your opponent's turn just by playing an order. All around pretty solid for that reason alone. And then act Vanguard once per turn, Soul Blast 1, Energy Blast 2 of the top 7 cards of your deck to call it to 2 cards from among them to rear guard circle, and up to 1 order card from among them to hand, and then shuffle your deck. So all around pretty solid. Free 2 units to board, so it's kind of the way the deck is supposed to run. You're supposed to run a bunch of vanillas and a bunch of orders, so the fact that you can't really rely too heavily on the orders being superior call targets, since you can only play 1 order a turn, and a lot of the orders are name restricted. Trust me, I know, I literally read through all of them, but the fact that she can call 2 on her own just by, having energy, a blast of 2, which you will get every turn thanks to your free energy charge 3 and a single soul blast, is very easy to manage. Not to mention the fact that she almost always gives you an order. Again, it can be set, normal, or blitz order. So she can also proc off her own skill from that skill, which is great. And then auto Vanguard, when she attacks into anything, counter boss will choose 1 or more of your rear guard, stand it, and then choose 1 rear guard, stand it, and then if your drop zone has 5 or more orders with different card names, choose 2 instead and 1. So all around pretty solid. You can stand multiple units at once, or at least just 1. All around she's very simplistic. I was curious of how they would do a vanilla line one day when the question was posed to me, and I guess it makes sense. She doesn't necessarily lock you out of using skills. You can use cards with skills, but you're going to have to use them all before you play Frozelia. So, you play a super aggro deck focused on maybe Munching Girl Seiya spam, and you open up your board early, and then you just try to keep your units alive. But at that point, you're kind of playing with fire, because if your opponent plays a board in your deck, well, you're going to have to rely on vanillas. But all around, Frozelia is a pretty solid. She gives a nice shield buff to your units. She gives a nice power buff to your front row during either player's turn. Not to mention the fact that she can basically always get you a board and always get you an order most likely, and she can get you multi-attack. She's a very solid grade 3, and I don't know why I feel like they're going to make a card called Zanzin, or something similar to Zion and not Zion, Zanz, the thing that was banned before it was even released from Premium. So I don't know why I feel like they're going to do that, but in case they do, Frozelia was fun while it lasted, so 4 of. And we have Ordeal Dragon. This is not a dragon. That is a dog. Tell me that when you first saw this, you saw a dragon. Because I refuse to believe that. I saw a dog when I first saw it. Anyways, Great on Boost 5 K base. Continues rear guard during your turn. If your soul has a Blaster Blade and a Blaster Dark in it, it'll get plus 5 in power, so 13k base, which is nice. And then auto rear guard at the end of the battle. This unit attack or boosted. Put this unit to soul, look at top 7 cards of your deck. Show up to one card with Blaster and its card name from one of them. Reveal, put it to hand, shuffle your deck. It's really hard to read on the iPad compared to the computer because I'm looking down now instead of looking up. Anyways, it's one unit card, but all around pretty solid. It helps increase the soul. It can deck thin for more blaster units, and that's pretty much all I can say about it outside of being a 13k booster. It is a nice card, and its art looks really cool. It just, I don't know. It just feels off. You know, maybe if it was an actual dog like most of the blaster supports, but whatever. I guess they go to dragon now. Maybe that's what the next Alfred will be. He'll be riding a dragon instead of a horse. Anyways, I swear Bushy's gonna do that now. They're gonna make an Alfred that's riding a horse or riding a dragon instead of a horse, and I would actually love to see that. Then we have a card that I was so excited to go test play against Hellelia actually in her debut match, and then realized it was a promo, meaning I am not allowed to run it until it comes out in English. Thank you for that one, Bushy. Galactic B Hero Badash Boston. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, aka base. All the rear guard on this unit boost. If your Order Zone has a base in it, this unit gets 2,000 power to end that battle. At the end of that battle, put it to soul and counter charge 1. Not a mandatory stuff to show, but if you do, you counter charge, so it gets 2 resources back. It's a 10k booster. It is literally a better Boba Mine. And it's a Boba Mine I can use because, as we know, I like to stick to archetypes, so I can actually use this card. And again, I was really excited to see this because I literally jumped up ready to play heroes. And for those that don't know, I used to have a love-hate relationship with heroes, and slowly but surely I've grown more love for them. But this really jumped the gun here, and then I saw it was a promo, and then all of my hopes and dreams were dashed in about 5 seconds. So I love this card. I can't wait for it to come out in English. Literally, the day I'm aware of it, I am probably going to find some way to test Dinos with this. But until then, it's a solid 4 of because free soul, free counter charge that I cannot run because it's not in English. Thank you for that one, Bushy. Then we have Netherworld Butcher, Great on Boost, 5k shield, AK base. Every time I look at this card, I see a different art. There are a handful of cards. I think I said this before, but there are a handful of cards where every time I see them, I will see something different every single time. Like this time, I didn't even notice the flying bats thing. Anyways, Great on Boost, 5k shield, AK base. Auto and place on rear guard circle. If you have a Great 3 Great Vanguard, Black Demir's card name, your opponent cannot intercept on the turn. Okay, no, they're trying to copy the Varga Dragra support card Rokusei. That's just because Black Demir's big problem was not that the opponent could intercept, because yeah, there were cards that, bypass the Black Demire skill by being able to be moved to guard circle thanks to our new set order, but that's moved to guard circle, not intercept. Now, if it said cards on your opponent's rear guards couldn't be moved to guard circle, okay, we would have a good card here, but just nullifying intercepts, it doesn't really stop anything, buddy. And then auto rear guard when this unit boost. If you have a Great 3 Great Vanguard Black Demir's card name, choose a card from your drop zone, you may put it to your soul. Okay, the only reason I can say this being useful is it's trying to send that one Great 3, the Colossus, into soul, so therefore you could bind it and make it a little bit more consistent, which is fair, but no. I really think they could have just given this thing this skill. Your opponent cannot move rear guards to guard circle this turn and make that just a singular ability, and then maybe also do like a top 3 search for that Great 3 and send it to soul. But that's it. I honestly don't think they could have done better than that, and they chose to do this. This is a interesting support card. It's not great, but it's okay. So, 2 over 3 of tech, I guess. Then we have Charging Dragon, Ennison Rush. Again, another card that until I realized these two were promos, I was really excited for, especially because for those who don't know, I really love the Spinal Marquee deck. And look at this. This is a Dino Dragon, and I saw the words retired, which means it works with the Spinal Marquee deck. But no, promo. Thank you for that one again, Bushy. Grade 2 NSF 5k shield, 10k base, auto and retired by any player's card's ability this turn, Energy Blast 3 to draw a card. Okay, cool. So, quite literally, kill it off of its own skill, kill it off of Spinal Marquee skill, kill it off a rear guard skill, kill it off your opponent's skill as long as it's during your turn, doesn't matter. Energy Blast 3, free draw, all around pretty solid to do in the Spinal Marquee based deck, or, any Takikaze deck in general. And then auto rear guard when it attacks into anything. If your opponent's vanguards are grade 3 or greater, soul boss 1, and it'll get plus 10 to power for that battle. At the end of that turn, you retire this unit. So, cool, big numbers. It dies at the end of the turn, so you can help increase your hand, or if you want to stand it before then, so it doesn't die automatically. You can, all around Eon Rush is a very good grade 2. I love how it looks. I'm a big fan of Triceratops. I don't remember if it was my favorite dinosaur growing up. It was one of my favorite dinosaurs growing up. But, man, again, Bushy, I hate it when they do a week of promos because there are, some promos that I don't like, and then there are promos like these two where I actually care about them, and then Bushy proceeds to make them promos, and then by my own standards, I'm not allowed to play them until they come out in English, which takes like 3 months, and by that time, I completely forget about them. Either way, and Rush and Heroes. You know, when these two come out in English, someone tell me about it, and then I will hold myself to actually have these two fight each other because I really want to play these two cards now. Either way, Ferrovian and Rush, very good grade 2. I like it a lot. Partial bias. Then we have Fury Like the Sun, Ford, and Revoltes, grade 2 instead of 5k shield, 10k base. This is a random donation card. I legitimately forgot donations existed until this card was released. Auto when placed on rearguard circle other than from hand during the battle phase. Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. And then Counter Blast 1 and perform one of the following. Choose one opponent's grade 2 or greater rearguards, kill it, or choose a grade 2 card from your soul, call it to rearguard circle. So it works for both. Also, I love how this looks like gear. I wish I could use my cursor, but like the little dragon, I love how it looks like Gear Next, or like a baby version of Gear Next. But, you know, cool. It's a free 15k and just a free soul charge just by being placed, regardless of what grade either player's Vanguard's at. But then, you know, you get to either murder a grade 2, or you get to call a grade 2 or less from the soul. So all around, Ford and Revolt is actually a pretty solid grade 2, and more support cards, I guess, for Viraglia. You know, they already have the grade 2 boosting order, now we have this. If only this came out before I did that deck profile, because it seemed like the set after they did that, they automatically gave me everything I would have ran without a little bit of hesitation, so Flora, Ford, and Revoltus, at least in Vergalia deck. I don't know about the rest of them, but it is a nice grade 2. And I mean, there's more than just Dragon Empire to think about it with it, because again, free soul charge, and it can call from soul, so it's nice for decks like that too. Nice to say, like, easy 3 of, if not 4 of, in a Dark Stage or Dragon Empire deck that just has a lot of extra soul and or CB running around. Next up, we have the beginning of a journey, a grade 2 Blitz order for Stoa. You get to choose one of your opponent's attacking units, and it gets minus 10,000 power for that battle. Then, if you have 3 or more cards within your drop zone, the same card name as this card, instead of getting minus 10,000 power for the battle, it gets it for the turn. All around pretty solid. Is a way to either drop down and attack just for one battle, or if you're playing against a multi-attack deck, this is really helpful in dropping them down in power for a turn, which is amazing, especially in Stoa where they have a lot of ways to dodge orders into drop zones, so it's a nice way to set up a defensive card and possibly loop it back around. Around beginning of a journey is a very nice grade 2 Blitz order to have, and I say, like, if you're going to run it, obviously you go for, like, the full 4 of it, but I mean, hey, you know what, it is an option just to run, like, 2 over 3 of just for the minus 10 for a battle. Then we have Multiple Stroke Dragon, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, continues rearguard to guard circle. If your opponent's Vanguards, if your opponent has 5 or more cards in their drop zone, this unit gets plus 5,000 power, 5,000 shield. So 13k base, 10k shield. This is just supposed to be Fujimachi, but then you have less shield for more power. My response to this: why is there a dragon called Multiple Something Dragon that doesn't attack multiple times in the same generation that Beyblade X exists, and there's literally a main character that uses a dragon whose special move is literally called Extreme Dash Mugain, otherwise known as Extreme Dash Infinity? I don't get it, but 3 of. Go ahead with this one, I guess, if you want the guard power. And now we have our last few reviews for the day. First up, we have Sturdy Hand Puncher and Alliance Angel, the 2 new random heal grade 1s from V. So for Sturdy Hand Puncher, he has Continuous Hand. You may discard him as a heal trigger for the cost of calling a G Guardian. Same with Alliance Angel from Nova Grappler and Oracle Think Tank respectively. Auto when placed on rear guard circle from the hand. By removing a heal from your hand or drop zone, you can perform all the following. For Sturdy Hand Puncher, if you have no physical cards you damage, so you can counter charge 1 and he'll get plus 20k shield for that battle. So you know 30k shield and a free counter charge is nice. And then if your soul has 0 cards, counter plus 1, choose one Vanguards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for that turn. So cool, you know, Nova Grappler likes to use up all of its resources. That's why Zubat Battle exists to, you know, get them all back and get you a draw. So Sturdy Hand Puncher being able to increase your Vanguard's power by having the soul and get you a free counter charge while also being a 20k shield is all around pretty solid. And Alliance Angel, by discarding by removing a heal from the hand, if you have, or drop zone, if you have 5 or more hand cards, you can look at the top card of your deck and put it at the top or bottom, and then it gets plus 20,000 shield for that battle. And if you put it on the bottom, you can count plus 1 to give your Vanguards plus 5,000 power for that turn. All pretty solid because it can help stack your deck for either very important units or damage triggers, like for example heal triggers. If that 5k is not going to make a difference, so you can survive through your opponent's attack, or you can just bot deck it and then your Vanguard's an extra 5k for the turn. Alright, Alliance Angel is a very solid grade 1. I do like it a little bit more than I like the other ones because it can actually guarantee your survival past its own initial guard value, but hey, you know, both of them are pretty good and both of them are nice to have, so you know, 2 over 3 of. Then we have Flame Leaf, Chaotic Dance, Hakusei, and Remred. So grade 2 instead of 5k shield, 10k base. It is a Stoa Dragon Empire donation card. Auto when placed on rearguard circle other from the hand during the battle phase, you may call a plant token to rearguard circle. Then by Crown Blasting 1, you can perform one of the following. You either get all your rearguards that were placed by your card's ability this turn, get plus 5 in power until end of turn. So cool, that can literally proc your grade 2, which means the turn you play this, regardless of what grade the opponent's vanguard's at, you're just getting a full board of tokens spam plus 5,000 power. Or you choose one of your vanguards and it gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn, and then if you have 4 more units, it gets a 10,000 instead of 5,000. This card is a forward in like any plant token based deck, or any deck that just spams rearguards out 24/7, considering the fact it just gives the vanguard the ability everyone gets plus 5 as long as they're placed by card's ability. Like, I mean, Zorga gets a full board, so if you found a way to play this in Zorga, I mean, you've plus extra 5k to your board, which is nice. But again, in plant token decks, just a free plus 5, since all your plant tokens are pretty much going to be placed during a battle phase that turn. Or not battle phase, the main phase that turn. Red is a pretty solid grade 2. It is nice to have, and definitely like a 4 of any deck that actually superior calls pretty often, like plant tokens or even Zorga for that matter, so 4 of. Then we have Ordeal Dragon Wardon, Great on Boost, 5k Shield, 8k Base, auto when placed on rearguard circle, Vanguard's of grade 3 or less. Sorry, your Vanguard is grade is equal to or less than your opponent's Vanguard's grade. This unit gets plus 5 power for that turn, and then auto rearguard or drop zone. When your other card is discarded from your hand during your turn, Energy Blast to remove this card. Choose one of those discarded cards and put it to your hand. Cool is a way to recycle your discard file. Say, for example, you have to willingly discard a PG because your hand is too much, like your hand is either too low or you have other card you want to keep and you want to use Warden to recycle that PG. You can use lose out on Warden in the process. Either way is a nice grade 1, helps recycle your ride deck if you really need it, and not to mention the fact that it also gets plus 5 in power, and it's not really specifically just your ride deck. Any really card you discard during your turn at all, it can recycle back, so all around Warden is pretty solid for that. He's a nice like 4 of any deck that just discards a lot, for example, Overlord. And we have Time Dragon Clockwise, Great on Boost, 5k Shield, 8k Base, auto when placed on rearguard circle. If your Vanguard's grade is equal to your opponent's, Soul Charge 1, and it gets boosted to the power for that turn, and then auto rearguard or drop. It's the exact same skill as before. When your other card is discarded from your hand during your turn, you blast to remove this card, choose one of those discarded cards and put it to your hand. Okay, and we found Bushy's next cycle card. Either way, though, being able to increase the soul and give a plus 2k is all around pretty solid. I mean, it's less power than Warden, but it is a 10k booster, which means inherently, most likely, everything it boosts will get an extra 5k shield drop on it, which is nice. I do prefer its art compared to Warden. I do think it's cool. There's not much more I can say about that outside of I think the cycle ability is okay, but I'm kind of annoyed that this is the cycle ability we choose to go with next. But either way, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully next time I'll have better quality. So I'll see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us for Twitch, and I'll see you all soon. Fixing up your Vanguards.